on moving forward, always getting closer.
Hello friends and allies, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about the imbuement vampirism and why you should consider removing critical on your elemental weapon. Have you done the same as me? You've been leveling with only duo hunting and pretty much never played EK as a solo? Or are your fingers burning from all the mana pots you need to use when hunting? Well, I think one of the solutions will be to remove the critical imbue and instead use vampirism, because generally when you're duo hunting you're using critical and mana leech, but when solo hunting I would actually recommend to remove the critical imbue and instead go for vampirism and mana leech. Let's take a look on the imbues. 8% of the damage dealt are converted to mana, 25% of the damage dealt are converted to HP, and 10% chance to deal 50% more damage with critical. So for duo hunting or four-man hunting, I highly recommend to keep to the mana leech and crit, since the druid anyway is gonna heal you up, but for solo hunting I would actually recommend to go vampirism and mana leech. Let's take a look on two hunt analyzers. The picture to the right is with critical and mana leech. The picture to the left is with vampirism and mana leech. Both of the sessions were 30 minutes long, but they were made with different percentage. So we're not gonna look on the XP gain or the XP and hour. We're not either gonna look on the loot or the supplies really. But what we are gonna take a look on is the damage, the healing and the amount of monsters which we killed. So if you take a look on the damage were not a big difference, but the healing were a big difference. And if you take a look on the monsters were pretty much similar. So the difference between using vampirism and mana leech or critical and mana leech on an elemental weapon seems to be minimal when it comes to the damage, but the healing is a big difference, and the killed monsters is pretty much the same. And it's within this area I thought it's gonna be a big difference between trying out a summer blade with vampirism and mana leech versus a weapon or the same weapon with mana leech and critical. It's actually quite similar, just the difference that you need to be healing a little bit with potions when you're using the critical and mana leech. But otherwise you're using the same amount of manas, but I think I were over spamming it a little, but it's okay I suppose. But what I want to say about trying vampirism and mana leech on your elemental sword is that you will much easier keep up your mana and HP. Like the feeling of changing is truly amazing, and it's something that you really should try. For example, in Asuras, where they have a lot of mana drain and you need to be focusing on the HP and it's easy to get the mana low, really try out to use mana leech and vampirism on your elemental sword, or axe for that instance. So let me give you an opinion why I prefer vampirism and mana leech on my summer blade in carnivores. So for the instance, if you were to deal 1000 damage, and I'm assuming you're using mana leech on your helmet and vampirism on your armor, you were to gain 500 HP if you were to deal 1000 damage with 160 manas. But if you were to use critical on your weapon, you will only gain 250 HP and 160 manas. So in my opinion, the HP and vampirism on the sword with the elemental sword is a really big game changer, since it's gonna make your HP and mana in general much higher. Since when you need to focus on using HP pots, you will not be able to keep up your mana, so by keeping up your HP with the vampirism, your mana will be much higher in general. And that is my 2 cents and opinion about trying out vampirism and mana leech on an elemental sword, which only have 2 imbuement slots. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. But I just want to make a last sentence about it. When I show the hunt analyzer and so forth, I just want to say this is a subjective opinion, and the Hunt Analyzer doesn't really give you proof that this is much better and so forth and so forth. I think you should try it out yourself and you will see a really big game changer. But anyhow, see you guys in the next video.